He also got poisoned. Everyone's getting poisoned. This is a murder mystery. This is my favorite. What? Hello, my lovely lootling, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Eva, and today we're here for another Genshin Impact story quest. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. As you guys know, I have started a series on my channel, and if you haven't seen the series, make sure you watch all of the previous videos. But I have started a series on my channel where I go through all of the Genshin Impact character story quests. Last episode we went on to Escofia's story quest. Here is my Genshin character wheel. I am very excited and I really want to see where we get to go next. In the previous episodes we went to Sumeru and Fontaine, so let's see if we go to the same region as last time or if we go to a completely different one. I'm excited. Okay, Emily, I think I gotta change my outfit and my lights for this. I think I need to wear green for this, green and black. Maybe I will, actually. I guess this is a sign that we start Emilie Story Quest. As I said in my previous video, I haven't done really any of the Fontaine story quests, so I'm really excited to get more of the lore around Fontaine. So without further ado, let's get into the story. We were already in Fontaine, so it's really funny that we got, you know, another Fontaine story right after we did Escofia's story. If you haven't seen that video, make sure you watch it because it was a whirlwind.
Oh,
it's been a while.
It's you two.
Hi, Tainari.
What
I
brings
still
you to
dislike
Port
you,
Ormos?
but okay.
We didn't have anything to do. And
He
this
stole
place
Varka
looked
from
pretty
me.
lively, so we decided to
I will
stop
never
by.
forgive Tainari for that, even if I have to do his story quest.
Flowers around here.
Well, Port Ormos is currently organizing a flower exhibition featuring flowers and plants from all over Teyvat, so I came to help out. The exhibition includes flowers from every corner of the world, each with their own unique
That is
properties
so
and
cool.
needs. With that in mind,
I love that.
the curator commissioned a flower pot from Kasharawar capable of retaining heat and moisture. Even so, an expert is still required to develop tailored transportation and care plans for each type of flower.
Oh,
Yeah, I understand
and
that.
expert is you, right?
Fair.
Not this time, no. I'm just here to help out. The expert in charge is someone else.
Emily!
Mr. Tainari! Sergeant!
I love how
He confused
Tainari does have like the
the
same color palette kind of as Emily with
Never
the
mind.
green.
Forget about what I said about the
I
food
like that.
expenses. Apologies, traveler, Paimon. Looks like I've got something to take care of. I'll be back in just a moment.
Tainari's busy no matter where he is, huh?
That's true. Too many people are careless about what they eat,
Yeah, seems
apparently.
like it. Hey, don't look at Paimon like that. Paimon is super careful about what she eats.
Are you
Well,
now?
looks like Tainari might be busy for a while. Let's take a look around the port in the meantime.
Perfect. Floral Debt Blood Dew. Ooh, I wonder how long this one is gonna be. Because the last one, so Escofia's story quest, was really long. It took over 2 hours for me to do. So,
Wow, look at these flowers. They smell so...
it's you.
Huh?
Woo!
So...
You feeling okay?
fine.
Are you allergic?
She's just
You
Rainbow
good, honey?
roses, glaze lilies.
It's... But...
A moment of your time, you two? If it's not too much trouble, perhaps you could try this incense.
Oh my god, I never noticed how revealing her outfit is. Well, I don't have her to play, so of course, makes sense.
Whoa, that was fast.
Think nothing of it. From your attire, I imagine you two aren't from Sumeru either. Seeing as we're both travelers from abroad, it's only right that we...
Oh, so you're here for the flower exhibition too?
I love how they're teasing her.
I suppose
Gorgeous.
that's accurate. Oh, allow me to introduce
She's
myself.
beautiful.
I'm Emily.
I
a
wonder
perfumer from
if I
Fontaine.
should put on my glasses.
Paimon is Paimon.
Maybe I
Thank
should
you so
wear
much
something
for
more
your help just
sophisticated
now.
than my
Oh, and
Care Bear
this is-
hoodie.
The traveler,
Not
right?
sophisticated enough
I've
for the
heard
occasion.
A lot about you
Oh.
from the Steambird.
And as always,
It's nice to finally put a face
Peanut
to the name.
has decided to join again.
There. Why did Paimon start sneezing all of a sudden?
Have you ever heard of hay fever?
Hay
To
fever
put
is a
it
thing in
simply,
here too.
When inhaled, certain pollens can trigger abnormal physical reactions.
But Paimon has seen these kinds of flowers before and nothing weird happened then.
Yeah, but when they're all
Well,
together.
we're all different. The factors that can trigger a reaction to certain stimuli vary by person. In isolation, the effects of certain pollens may seem minimal, but inhaling various types at once can trigger a more overt reaction. But there's no need to worry. Pollen allergies can be effectively mitigated with the use of medication.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's good.
Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Is everything all right? I left in such a hurry, I forgot to warn you about all the pollen in the air. Emily? Ah, what a coincidence. Looks like my worry was misplaced then.
It was nothing, really. We
I
happened to run
think
into each other.
she
I'm more
looks
curious
gorgeous.
as to why you thought the traveler and
I am very much looking forward
Remember the first time
to
we
knowing
met?
more about
You
her.
fainted after inhaling Spirit Borneal.
The spirit borneal didn't affect
Peanut,
Paimon at
he
all.
is
and now
very,
she's
like-
the one suffering. It makes no sense.
He is standing right.
It's not really something you
can't
can make sense out of,
touch
Paimon.
anything.
There are all kinds of allergies out there, caused
He is
by
standing
a
right
variety
in
of
the
different
middle.
factors. Some people are even allergic to almonds. It's not something you can generalize.
Yeah.
Exactly. I even encountered a case in Fontaine where someone had an allergic reaction to soba noodles their family brought back from Inazuma.
That is so sad. A
Whoa.
life without
Good
soba
thing Paimon
noodles.
isn't allergic to anything delicious.
In a manner of speaking, although you could say the patients I deal with are
Is she an
rather
apothecary?
unusual.
From my
In addition to medicine,
from what I
Emily is also very
remember,
knowledgeable about botany.
she is
She's
like
taught me a lot about the native flora around Fontaine.
perfume.
And that's where my expertise ends, I'm afraid. When it
A-
comes
a
to breadth of
perfume
knowledge, Tainari certainly
perfumist?
comes out on top.
A flower expert? Oh, Paimon's got it! You must...
Wrong again.
Well, I did come for the exhibition, but only to inquire about the Auguste variety. I'm not involved in any official capacity.
Oh,
I really wish I
I'm
had a
sure she got
headpiece
it
like
right
her.
this time.
It's a
But
kind of
I don't.
flower that was once popular in Fontaine. The perfume made from it also bears the same name, Auguste.
Auguste, huh? That's not a name you hear often nowadays.
In an ancient language, the word is said to mean sacred or noble. It's sometimes used as a name for people as well. Ah, that reminds me. Are you familiar with a historical event in Fontaine known as Perfume Mania?
Okay.
It all started when several merchants released their own lines of high-end, expensive perfumes, marketing them as must-have luxury products. Though no one anticipated the absolute frenzy this would create on the market.
Oh.
Cause the demand was twofold. What some saw as a status symbol, most saw as a money-making opportunity. The value of
Okay.
these products became so inflated, regular bottles of perfume were even going for hundreds of thousands of mora. This resulted in countless disputes and scams. But at the end of the day, perfume is just perfume. The market value greatly exceeded the intrinsic worth of the product, creating an economic bubble that was never going to last. Luckily, the Palais Mermonia recognized the danger and intervened before the craze could truly spread. Many profiteers and scammers were thrown in jail as a result. In the end, only a few wealthy families were affected when the bubble popped.
What does all this have to do with that Auguste you mentioned earlier?
Well, during the craze, the most popular perfume was none other than Auguste. The demand far exceeded the supply, to the point where it once sold for 10 million mora a bottle.
10 million mora a bottle?
After the mania
Oh
ended,
my god, okay.
most perfumes returned to a normal price. Auguste, its namesake, the flower used to create it, went extinct. As a result, no new bottles of Auguste have been made, and the value of the perfume remains exceedingly high. Indeed, the Auguste flower was not a natural variety, you see. It was specially cultivated for use in perfume making. When the bubble popped, all the flower beds used for its cultivation were destroyed in a fire.
Oh
The
my
variety
god,
has
that's
never been seen
horrible.
since.
Didn't you say you came to the exhibition to look for it?
Yeah, apparently she
yes.
did.
I came to investigate a certain rumor that the Auguste flower has reappeared in Sumeru. It's causing quite the stir in the Fontaine perfume market.
Traveler, we should help Emily look for it.
Yes, we should. Why? I don't know, but...
I have to agree. Emily wrote me to ask if I could look into the rumor, but the forest rangers haven't received any reports of new plant species recently.
Even if I can locate the flower, I'm afraid you'll be disappointed, Paimon. I don't have any grand Mora-making endeavors planned. Divine, noble, one of a kind. All beautiful sentiments to be sure, but to me, they overshadow the very essence of the product. When it comes to perfume, I want people to forget the price and the prestige and focus on the beauty of the fragrance itself.
Wow, so noble.
Of course, there's also a more every so often, someone will claim to have recreated the unique scent of a goose, and the rumor mill will start comparing the counterfeits to my own work.
Okay, that's more like the reason Paimon had in mind.
Ever since that rumor started, 3 new perfumes claiming to be made from the Auguste flower have appeared on the market. If I can dispel the fanaticism surrounding Auguste, even just by proving the rumor to be false, Fontaine's perfume,
That
then I'll be
feels
free
very
from all the
noble.
stories and added meaning and just focus on making what I like.
That makes sense.
Okay, let's help you
I would,
out.
of course, be grateful.
Well, you said it
Let's
yourself.
go ahead and help Emily.
Based on the information I have so far, it's unclear if the rumor is true. Mr. Edgar also thinks it's too early to say, but you could always go talk to him. He was there all those years ago, after all. Maybe he'll know something.
I was just about to pay him a visit at the hotel.
Edgar? Who's that?
That's a dude.
The person you've been trying to guess this whole time. The flower expert in charge of the exhibition. He's also the most respected and experienced perfumer in the area. Back when he was still working in Fontaine, Auguste was his creation.
I should also mention, he was my teacher, the one who taught me the big...
Okay.
Oh, look at all the flowers!
Apparently, the exhibitor paid
I
a large
recognize
sum
these
to rent out the
flowers.
hotel and surrounding buildings. They're being used as temporary storage facilities and
Yeah, what if guests come early? They won't have anywhere to stay. Also, renting out this big of a hotel, how are they gonna make that Mora back?
Yeah, I guess it seems like they have a lot of money to burn.
It's been so long. I almost didn't recognize you, Edgar.
Well, you and your brother haven't changed a bit.
Oh, yeah, all this catching up is nice and all, but let's get down to business. We need to talk about Kyria.
Hold on. We have...
It's nice to see you again, Master.
Emily? Is that you? I've heard you've become quite the famous perfumer in Fontaine. It would seem the student has surpassed.
Oh, well, it's all thanks to your mentorship.
Ah, hardly. I taught you the basics. Hearing you call me Master, well, I'm not sure I'm deserving of that title. I've taught many students here in Sumeru over the years, but I've yet to see one turn out quite as accomplished as you. And who are these two? I don't recall you mentioning them in your letter.
Well, that's
they're my
because
new friends,
we
the Traveler
didn't
and
knew
Paimon.
her. We didn't know her.
Emily's friends.
And these two gentlemen? Are they friends of yours, Master?
Of course. We're perfume merchants from Fontaine. I'm Oud, and this here is my younger brother, Blaze.
Yes.
Eau de Blaise.
Merchant.
You must be here to look for the Auguste flower then.
No. Don't say that, Paimon.
Well, what respectable perfume merchant hasn't heard of Auguste?
I'm guessing you're here for the same reason, Emily. We were just about to get into it, so you three might as well join in.
Okay, let's
I
get into
commissioned a
that.
few eremites to do some scouting for me. They searched all... That being said,
So the
there
Auguste
are people
flower
in
is
Port
from
Ormos who
Sumeru?
claim to have smelled a unique fragrance on the streets. Some of them were merchants who lived in Fontaine 20 years ago. A one-of-a-kind, divine, and noble scent.
Maybe someone around here just happens to have a bottle of Auguste from back then.
True.
No, I don't think so. I doubt that's the case. Even if someone had a bottle that was never opened, the fragrance of the perfume would have changed over time. Auguste is even more prone to that kind of shift. Only a few bottles still exist in Fontaine, and their scent would have completely degraded by now.
Mm-hmm.
Although, could there be a flower out there with a similar fragrance?
Maybe.
Impossible! If a goose were that easy to replicate, it would never have sold for such a high price all those years ago.
Technically speaking, the scent wouldn't be impossible to imitate.
Well, let's table that question for now. Edgar, did any of those people mention where the scent was coming from?
No. By the time they realized they had smelled something, the scent was already gone. Compared to things we see and hear, smells can be much easier to overlook.
Fair enough. Yeah.
It almost sounds like someone wearing their goose fragrance passed them on the street.
Exactly.
Wait, are you saying...
Just thinking out loud.
We don't have much to go off of right now, but we can't rule out. You all traveled so far to be here. Why don't you...
Yeah.
Ooh, you've got the keys to the rooms?
My apologies. All the rooms in the I managed to tidy up one of the rooms for these two at the last minute. But by the time Emilie
Oh, and we just showed up out of the blue.
I should have been more considerate. Here I am with an entire hotel at my...
Don't worry, Master. I can sleep on the boat tonight. Or I could even camp in the wild. It would give me the opportunity to collect some plant although...
Well...
Of course, no trouble at all. My brother and I will keep an eye on them for you.
All right, then. Ood, why don't you take Emilie inside and find us... I'll prepare some refreshments.
Whoa, the smell of flowers is so strong. Didn't Edgar say he tidied up around? I went took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers. Looks like they...
No, that's a florist thing. We work closely with the essential oils of various plants. But to maintain a sharp sense of smell, most
Oh, guess there's just too much to store for the exhibition then.
Oh, this room seems to be a connected suite. And my brother will be staying on the other side. Blaze, while you're out, why don't you bring... Blaze!
Yes.
All right, then. Where
These
can
two
we
are
find your
weird.
luggage?
These two are
It's still
weird.
at the port. In addition to some daily necessities, there's also a case of amber wine that I brought back from Fontaine. Could I trouble you to bring that back as well? It would be the perfect way to repay...
How generous.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Mr. Ood, Mr. Blaze, thanks for...
Hey, what are you doing?
What's
That's Master's
happening?
voice.
Quick. What? What happened? Did he get... He got attacked. He got kidnapped.
Edgar!
Master!
He got
Hey,
attacked.
Edgar, are you all right?
Who?
Kyria.
Here.
Hey, Edgar? Edgar!
Is he dead?
Don't shake him. He's injured. Just leave him to me. You two can... Oh, thank you.
Well, we looked all over, but the only clue we found was that box.
The most important thing we can do now is focus our efforts on treating Master. Can you...
So, how's he doing?
When I administered emergency treatment, I discovered a residue in his nose and mouth. He's still unconscious, and inducing vomiting could obstruct his airways. We'll have to look into other clues for now. Ah, yes. The scent is the same, but the chemical composition is... But first,
Okay.
I do believe there are two people who could... Mr. Sylvain, Mr. Lucian...
Wait, you know...
Hey, were you talking to us, mademoiselle? I'm afraid.
Before arriving in Sumeru, I asked a friend from the Special Patrol to look into the creators of a goo. There were 4 people in total. The perfumer, Edgar, the one thrust into the limelight, a researcher from Sumeru responsible for cultivating the Auguste flower, and 2 merchant brothers responsible for promoting the product on the market.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 brothers capitalized on the mythos surrounding Auguste. Their actions lured in numerous speculators and profiteers, inflating the price of Auguste even
So
further.
they're the bad guys.
In the end, they
There
were
we
sent to
have
the
it.
fortress of Meripede for falsifying their accounts and destabilizing the market.
And what does that have to do with us? There are countless merchant families in Fontaine. You gonna accuse them of being criminals too?
Every
No, but
time
I'm
your
gonna
brother
accuse
called you
you.
Blaze, it took you several seconds to respond. But when I called you Lucien just now, the name registered immediately.
Ah, Miss Emily, out of respect for your position as a famous perfumer in Fontaine, I'm inclined to believe that was simply a poor attempt at humor.
No.
You have a bright future ahead of you. You wouldn't want to develop a reputation as someone who...
You claim to be regular perfume merchants, and yet, when I brought up amber wine, you took it to be alcohol.
What?
Amber wine is a perfume I created several years ago. It wasn't particularly renowned, but I'm certain any respectable perfume merchant in Fontaine would know of it.
Yep.
Unless, until recently, they were living somewhere completely cut off from the perfume world.
Exactly.
Emily, you little...
Don't even think about it, dude. I'm a pro-adventurer here.
Don't misunderstand, Mr. Sylvain. I don't bring this up to criticize you, no matter what happened all those years ago. The court, but Master's life is in danger. We need to learn whatever we can about the person who has done this. If Master's
Yeah.
attack had something to do with Auguste, I would imagine the 2 of you might also be in danger.
Fair enough.
So I'd like to trouble you for some information, if I may. Tell me
Fine.
Sylvain!
Sylvain.
If this will help us find Kyria, then it will be all worth it. Besides, You were right, Miss Emily. There were 4 of us at the beginning. Myself, Lucien, Edgar, and a researcher from Sumeru in charge of flower cultivation, Vijava. Sometime down the road, the Marechaussee Phantom came knocking, saddled us with a list of accusations, and started looking into our books. Oh, they
Sounds like he's still upset about that. Wait, then how did Edgar end up in Sumeru?
Master was convicted as an accomplice, so he only had to serve a few years. He decided to move to Sumeru so that he could put those events behind him. Still, Master was depressed for a long time after that. He stopped making new perfume. That's how I met him. My parents had to relocate to Sumeru for work when I was a child, so I had the chance to study under him for a little while. But we can talk about that some other time. I want to hear more about this researcher, Vijava.
Like us, Vijava was also staring down an investigation. But before the Phantom showed up at her door, she set all the flower beds on fire.
Okay.
Along with much of the mora we managed to earn.
Okay.
All the Auguste flowers, everything we worked to create.
But destroying all that evidence, wouldn't that make things worse for her?
It didn't matter at that point, because she died in the fire as well.
Oh shit, okay.
Sounds like you did an investigation of your own. Why even ask us if you knew?
The name wasn't mentioned in any of the files I reviewed either. But you...
Come on, spill the tea. Spit it out.
Kyria was Vijava's younger brother. He was just a clueless kid back then. Somewhere in his teens, I think. He helped his sister with her work sometimes, but that was pretty much it. He didn't have any idea what we were doing. Vijava kept him close most of the time. The 3 of us were probably the only ones who even knew she had a brother. After our operation was compromised, he disappeared. There were no...
So, you think Kyria took something with him back then? Something that allowed him to reproduce the Auguste flower?
Vijava doted on the kid like you wouldn't believe. She even told us to give her cut to her brother if anything happened to her. If she left something behind before she died, believe me, Kyria's the one that has it.
Okay, that makes
And
sense.
judging by the liquid in that bottle, the Auguste flower wasn't the only thing he reproduced. He managed to replicate the perfume itself.
So the liquid Edgar was forced to ingest really was Auguste.
Poison? No, no. Of course not. No perfume is meant to be ingested. Even small amounts can be dangerous, let alone ingesting a whole bottle at once. If a goose could be considered a poison, we wouldn't have even sold half a bottle back then. Edgar fell unconscious because Kyria
I'm not sure about
He
that,
probably
but
thought
okay.
we had something to do with his sister's death. But to tell you the truth, I have no idea why she did all that. We're not looking for Kyria because we have it out for him. We just wanted to see how he was doing. And we only went to prison for a bit of fraud and market manipulation. As long as we keep things honest this time around, bringing the product back to market would almost be like honoring his sister's memory.
Maybe he doesn't see it
So
like
that's
that.
why you never mentioned Kyria during your interrogation?
Yes, exactly. We were just looking out for the kid.
Anyway, that's all we know. If you're looking for information on what's in a goose, or what to do if you ingest it, there are only two people to ask. Edgar or Kyria himself.
Well, at least we're able to say for certain that the substance Edgar ingested was in fact a goose. That gives us a direction for further testing. Well then, I'd say that was a very enlightening discussion.
Well, glad to hear it. Lucian, let's head back to the room and rest a bit. With everything that's happened, there are things that need reconsidering.
Like
Yes,
what?
of course.
I already fell into one trap with the previous story quest. I'm not falling into another trap this time.
Huh, you think so too? That does seem to be the case. Pity we don't have more evidence. But based on Sylvain's tone of voice just now, I suspect further questioning will only result in more made-up answers.
The way you exposed them like that, just based on a hunch? That was genius! Oh, right! Earlier you said you were only sort of a doctor, and that your patients were unusual.
Oh yes.
Maybe she's
That's
an
because most of
apothecary?
the patients I encounter are already dead.
So
Oh.
you're a forensic doctor?
Close. I'm actually a forensic cleaner.
Oh.
Once the forensic team and the Marachese Phantom are done collecting evidence from the scene, I'm in charge of clearing away the final traces my patients leave on the world. In fact, with just a small alteration to the formula, the same tincture used as the base of perfume can also be made into a cleaning agent.
Interesting.
Basically, there are two sides to forensics. Those who collect evidence to expose the truth, and those who clean up the smells, bloodstains, and other substances left behind at the scene.
Oh, and that's her?
I've learned a lot in my line of work, and I've witnessed a lot of death.
That's
But
so
this time,
interesting.
We may still save the patient. Actually,
She
Traveler,
is
could
such
I
an
trouble you
interesting
to
and
report
peculiar
back to
character
Tanari
in
and
the end.
officer? I'll stay here and continue to look after Master. Now that we have a sample of Auguste, I'm hoping further analysis won't be too difficult.
Whoa, why the rush? Did something happen?
What? Edgar was attacked.
Apparently,
He's the
yeah.
most famous perfumer in the region. Someone who's helped.
Sheriff, have you received any reports of a suspicious individual fleeing through the bazaar?
No, but we've got eyes all over the area. I'll start gathering my forces. We won't.
What
You
about you,
better.
Tanari?
I'm sure the sheriff can handle things over at the scene, and I doubt Emily needs my help looking after Mr. Ed.
But she said
Then she was far too modest. She may not be a doctor by trade, but she has a deeper understanding of human anatomy and pharmacology than most scholars from the Amorta Darshan, not to mention the fact that Mr. Edgar's condition is related to perfume. As for me, I'll head to the academia and see what I can learn about Vijava and Kyria.
Oh, that's right! Vijava was
From Emily's letter, certainly, but that was the first time I'd heard of it. The academia produces a lot of scholars, and there are plenty of graduates who choose to pursue a career outside their darshan. I didn't have time to look into it earlier, but now it seems like Vijava's past could... I have friends in Sumeru City that can help me investigate. I'll leave you and Emily to watch over things here in Port Ormo.
Emily!
She doesn't seem very happy.
No longer in critical condition, thankfully. He's still very weak, but with a bit more rest, he should regain consciousness soon.
Okay, that's good.
My chemical analysis of Auguste also went smoothly, although it certainly raised some questions. I was able to identify the components that give the substance its fragrance, but I also noticed an abnormal trace of elemental energy in the sample.
Elemental energy?
Huh?
Hard to say. It was such a minute amount, proportionally speaking, like mixing a single drop of perfume into the ocean. I had to use one of the newest tests developed in recent years to even detect the traces present in the sample. Unless you were abnormally sensitive to elemental energy, I doubt it would have any effect, even if you use the product every day for 10 years. As for whether Master's condition was caused by the elemental energy present in the sample or some other—
Oh, that reminds Paimon. Did Tighnari come and find you?
I received a message from him last night, but I haven't heard anything since. The message said he was looking into some information at the academia.
Oh, Paimon thought he might have stopped by. Excuse me? Is Miss Emilie here?
Ah, Chloe!
Oh, perfect! Familiar faces!
Okay. Sorry if I don't talk much, like, I'm very focused.
Oh, of course. Tighnari's
Aw.
apprentice. He's mentioned you many— And please, no need for formalities. Emily is just—
Oh, okay. Did Tighnari send you here, Kale? Yep. Master and the others went through decades worth of records last night, and still haven't had a chance to rest. I'm fast on my feet, so it only made sense for me to come and give you an update. Anyway,
Okay, come on.
based on what they've reviewed so far, they believe there's no indication that a researcher by the name of Vijava ever passed through the academia.
Maybe it was an
Master
alias,
considered
yeah.
that possibility as well. But the name wasn't the only dead end. Master tried to track down people with a similar research direction or background, but also couldn't find a match. How is that possible?
What?
It's starting to seem very likely. If we want to figure out her true identity, I'm afraid another conversation with those two merchants might be our only—
Hey,
What?
Lucian!
It's Sylvain! Wait, you don't think Kirio came back, do you?
That seems impossible. If someone came in or out of the hotel just—
There's no one here.
Lucian! Lucian!
Lucian! Lucian! Come on! Wake up!
What happened? He also got poisoned? Everyone's getting poisoned.
Emilie, my brother, he's gonna be okay, right? He's just unconscious. Like what happened to Edgar?
I'm sorry, Mr. Sylvain, but we were too late this time.
No, he's dead?
No, that's not possible.
What? Okay. I'm sorry.
Traveler, Kale, Mr. Sylvain has gone through a huge shock. He needs some space to calm down. Could one of you take him next door? It's not good for him to look at his brother's body like this.
Of course. Leave it to me.
Thank you both. Mr. Sylvain, let's get you up. Here. We'll take things from here. Just focus on getting some rest. Here, this way.
It's okay, honey. I feel bad for him. Even though he's like the bad guy. Or sort of. I don't know.
Poor guy. He's like a shell of... He may have made some bad decisions in life, but...
Good person or bad, the death of a loved one is equally painful. All the moments he shared with his brother, every hardship and triumph they endured together.
If Kirio really was behind this, then what exactly did he do to Lucian?
Lucian
is a
can
big
no
bit-
longer speak, but the traces left behind by his death most certainly can. Traveler, I've got things covered here at the scene. I'll leave you—
Who would have thought? Yesterday's case is still up in the air, and now this. Miss Emilie, I heard you're an experienced forensic doctor. Have you been able to...
Oh, I'm not actually a forensic doctor. I just happened— I did take a look, though. Judging by the temperature and rigidity of the body, it appears the time of death was sometime last night. I'd have to do a more thorough investigation to find.
Then, would you mind helping us investigate? Before he left,
Of course, I
Oh
appreciate
my
your-
god.
We'll help too. We don't.
Okay.
But entering through the room next door without alerting Sylvain... Wait, you don't think Sylvain could have been...
No, his reaction to the loss of his brother seemed genuine, and he doesn't have a motive.
Fair enough.
Then what could have happened last night? I know Sylvain is still in shock, but he's our only available...
I agree. Also, I've made some new discoveries, so we might.
This is a murder mystery. This is my favorite kind
Mr.
of thing. I
Sylvain,
love all
I need
murder
you to tell me
mysteries, so
everything
you know
and
what?
your brother did since yesterday afternoon.
We got this. Come on.
Did you see or hear anything strange?
Things are clicking.
After Kyria attacked Edgar, my brother and I were incredibly careful. We returned to our rooms and decided to lock all the doors leading to the hallway. The only door we kept unlocked was the one connecting our rooms. But I didn't hear any sort of commotion last night. Not a single noise.
So, no
Interesting,
movement from the room next
interesting.
door, no signs of a struggle at the scene, and no external injury on Lucien's body.
I did notice a few things about the body. Lucien's pupils were dilated, and his skin was flushed. There weren't any traces of liquid in his mouth or nose, so it's unlikely he was forced to ingest anything. The more plausible
A goose? No, that's not possible. Inhaling a goose won't kill you. And anyway, it would... No. Emily, you ran your tests, didn't you?
No, I didn't find any common.
Huh. See? A goose is harmless.
That may be true for most people, but not for...
Are you? Edgar, what the hell are you doing here? You're not supposed to be awake. Wait, was it
Edgar?
always shining
You're
like
up and
that?
about already?
Thanks, Sylvain. No matter how hard you may try to hide it,
Edgar!
even if we could keep it a secret for another 10 or 20 years, no, he would never give up. Not if he's doing all of this for Yelena.
Okay, Yelena.
Well, that means the elemental energy present in Auguste was.
Ah, so you've already detected it.
Oh,
The Auguste flower was created with the mutative and distorting power of a delusion.
What do you mean?
A delusion?
What do you mean, a
Fatui
delusion?
Delusions. I never would have thought.
Born of a delusion, Auguste contained distorted elemental
What is
energy.
it? What?
Prolonged exposure over...
that's
What is a
enough,
delusion? I don't
Edgar.
remember.
I'll take it first.
Did I forget
Yelena
something?
wanted to keep refining the perfume and the flower, but no one knew how long the perfume mania was going to last back then. It didn't have any effect on ordinary people anyway. Every day we postponed
So you decided poisoning people was worth the risk?
Listen, it's not like it was good for business. But all that talk about Auguste being harmful over time... Unless you were particularly sensitive to elemental energy or had an entire bottle shoved down your throat like Edgar, you could use the...
It may be true there are no records of Auguste poisoning, but even if no one was acutely poisoned, willfully bringing a product to market.
That is...
That explains why you were so intent on keeping Yelena and Kyria's involvement a secret all this. The Fatui, delusions, Auguste. If the Marechaussee
confused.
Phantom discovered the connection between the three, there would have been enough evidence to send.
Ha! If I'd known coming to Sumeru all these years without any sign of Kyria, and he pops up out of nowhere the minute my brother and I get out of prison, it couldn't be. Auguste was harmless before. The fact that it's killing people all of a sudden must be...
So there's bad blood between you.
What about Yelena's death? Was that a cover-up too?
I'll admit, we thought about it at one point. We took care to disguise the products circulating on the market, and no one was questioning Yelena's fake identity. But if the Marechaussee Phantom decided to look into the flower beds, it would have been the end. Yelena's ties to the Fatui before we could even put
I
our plan
am so
in motion.
confused.
But if her goal was to destroy evidence, there would have been no reason to do that to herself. Yeah, she could have just burned the flower beds and fled with her brother.
I thought about it for a long time, but it wasn't until just now that I finally understood her reasoning. Everything she did, it was for her brother, Kyria. One of the reasons they defected from the Fatui was the deterioration of Yelena's body due to her excessive use of a delusion. She didn't want her brother to follow in her footsteps after her death. After arriving in Fontaine,
God.
Yelena continued using the delusion to cultivate the Auguste flower, weakening her body even further.
Oh
So
my
she couldn't
god.
flee with her brother because she was afraid of holding him back.
If her true identity was exposed, she and her brother would face pressure from both Snezhnaya and Fontaine. The Auguste flower and Yelena's own corroded body both bore the mark of a delusion. There would have been no way to avoid suspicion. So,
Interesting.
in the end, she burnt it all to ash, including herself. With all the evidence erased, Kyria was free to take the Mora and run.
So the wealth you earned from Auguste, it wasn't destroyed in the fire. Yelena gave it to her brother?
Apparently, yeah.
Most likely. Before Yelena died, she said if anything happened to her, she was going to leave everything to her brother. That's why Lucian and I were searching for Kyria.
Okay.
To take back our Mora and the Auguste flower.
But why is Kyria out for revenge anyway?
I don't think he knew his sister was nearing death. Yelena always wore heavy makeup around him to conceal her deteriorating appearance.
Oh my
She
god.
kept herself busy with work to keep out of sight. That
Honestly, I would do the same for my brother.
I'm not so sure.
I would sacrifice
Even if
everything
he
for
knew
my
the
little
truth,
brother, so I
He'd still find
understand.
someone to blame. He might think Yelena was forced into using a delusion to cultivate a Auguste. Or something like that. It's hard to pull yourself out of that kind of hatred. Especially when you've been living in that headspace for so many—
very true. Even if Yelena's death was her own choice, I wouldn't call myself innocent either.
Edgar, what are you talking about?
Think about it, Sylvain. If we hadn't been in such a hurry to capitalize on the perfume mania all those years ago, do you think Yelena would have elected to take those risks? If we hadn't
Probably
been
not,
so blinded
yeah.
by greed, so insistent on increasing the scale of the flower cultivation, do you think Yelena's health would have deteriorated as fast as it did?
Probably
If
not.
we hadn't invited the Marechaussee Phantom to our doorstep by breaking the law at every turn, Yelena could have survived.
She knew her limits. She knew her days were numbered. We were just trying to earn a bit of Mora.
Okay,
And
dude.
what, we deserve to die for that? Target me for being the mastermind, sure. But what about Lucian? He was just following my orders. Lucian's crime, was it really so extreme that he had to pay for it with his life?
Aw, that's...
The only person that can answer that question is a judge.
Fine.
3 people from Fontaine, 1 from Snezhnaya, and a crime committed in Port Ormos. What a headache.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we can only wait until the Academia sends someone to deal with it. I'm guessing we'll have to contact Fontaine as well. With the exhibition, we don't even have space in Port Ormos to detain anyone. Such a headache.
The
Fair.
hotel could suffice. You could station a few officers to keep an eye on Sylvain. Although with Sylvain's mental state and my physical one,
Mr. Edgar, are you saying...
if Sylvain is to stand trial, then I deserve the same. I'd just like to
Okay.
take... As for Sylvain, I'm sure he... Would you be willing to grant that request, Sheriff?
Well, all right. The man we grew to know in Sumeru proved himself to be a good...
You have my thanks, Sheriff.
Oh my god. So much drama already.
Tonight?
I don't even know how long this story is gonna
He uses a
be.
goose to poison people.
But
we
so
still
much
have no
drama
idea how
has
to catch him
already
in the act.
happened in the
If
first
he
30
targets
minutes,
Sylvain or
so...
Edgar again, we might not be able to stop him.
That may be true. But what if we...
Master, no. That's too dangerous.
Ha! So, if Kyria learns we're being taken away tomorrow, his last chance to enact his revenge would be tonight. In other
okay.
words, you want to use us as bait to capture him.
Capture?
What? Okay.
Not necessarily. I just want to talk. What? Are you afraid of him?
I would be.
Afraid? I'm spending the rest of my life in prison anyway. I can't just sit back and let him ride off into the sun. As for the danger, everyone else just needs to make preparations in advance to protect us.
I'll admit, it could work. We just need to spread the word that Edgar and Then I'll station some of my men around the hotel. If we have your...
I still have some reservations. But if you insist on...
I'll also
Sure,
keep
let's
watch.
go, let's
Although,
go.
if
Let's do
Kyria
this.
noticed another person...
You mean if he doesn't see a way to get his hands on the two of you, he might get so dead?
If that were to happen, everyone's standing guard. Even the...
That's why everyone else needs to keep to the shadows.
Okay,
You're still recovering. You need to rest.
Yeah, you do. Honey, you do.
This old pack of...
All right, we can figure out a plan to keep...
Have you heard? Mr. Edgar's been detained. He's being taken away tomorrow.
What? He's the one who helped craft all the fragrances for our shop.
He taught my child how to make perfume. How could this happen?
This is so sad.
He hasn't been convinced.
Oh, everyone. Let's
Okay,
head back to
perfect.
the
The
hotel and take a
rumors are
break.
circulating.
We can see how the
Let's
other
get back to the hotel.
Emily, Sheriff Xian wants to talk to you and the Traveler about our plans for the night watch.
Thank you, Kale. But first, here. I prepared a kind of herbal tea that helps calm the spirit. Why don't you have some?
Oh, that's very kind of you, but I'm okay.
Oh, it's not good to be so tense, especially when we've got a long night ahead of us. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I couldn't help but notice that something seems to be on your mind.
Was it that obvious?
You seem very preoccupied with Kyria's revenge. If there's anything you want to talk about, I'm happy to listen.
Oh,
Do you know who Kyria is, maybe?
Hey, Emily, Kale. Oh, are we interrupting something? No, not at all. This will be easier to talk through with you here anyway. I've just been thinking. If Kyria has the capacity to commit murder while remaining completely undetected, why didn't he target Sylvain along with Lucien last night? There was just a
That's a good
single door
question.
separating them. If his intention was to target both brothers, then there was barely any... When I accompanied Sylvain to his room after Lucien died, and saw how maybe Kyria did that on purpose. Maybe he wanted Sylvain to experience the pain of losing a
Yeah,
loved
that
one
was my
before he
first
completed
thought,
his
too.
ultimate revenge. So did he attack Edgar as a warning then? To scare Sylvain and Lucien?
Probably.
Based on what we've heard about Kyria, that may very well be the case.
Losing his sister all those years ago. What has been going through his head? What has he been forced to endure? Whenever I get to thinking like that, I just can't help but wonder. If I were in his place, I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't.
There's nothing wrong with the way you're feeling. In all my years of cleaning up crime scenes, I've witnessed countless families mourn their loved ones. Some of them even try to stop me, begging me not to erase the last remnants of their loved ones. Surround yourself with fragrance for too long, and your sense of smell will become dull. Allow yourself to be consumed by your emotions, and you lose the ability to think rationally.
Fair.
So while you hold on to that sense of empathy, you also need to ask yourself, do Sylvain and Lucien really deserve to die? How much did they truly know about the Fatui and the delusion? Did they force Yelena to make those decisions? Answering those questions requires a lot of time and evidence. while a single act of vengeance can put those answers forever out of our reach. I've witnessed a lot of deaths in Fontaine. When someone dies, a certain amount of information can be inferred from the traces left behind at the scene. But generally speaking, death will just leave most questions unanswered, and the whole picture ever incomplete.
That is true.
Once you're consumed by
That
hatred,
is very true.
it will become next to impossible to think about things that way. For someone like Kyria, I'm sure right and wrong lost all meaning a long time ago.
Yeah.
You're right. The fact that we can approach these questions from this perspective isn't because we're more rational than them. It's because we're fortunate enough not to have suffered that kind of loss. But
Fair enough.
that also makes us perfectly positioned to stand on the outside and try to pull them back from the brink before it's too late. I understand Kyria's decision, but I still want to stop him. Master, Sylvain, and Kyria. They all deserve to survive.
Huh. The fortunate...
Emilie, Traveler. Huh? Edgar, you're here too?
Oh, it's you two! Didn't you head back to your room to rest, Edgar? Is it really okay for you to be out and about like this?
A little exercise never hurt anyone. Besides, I don't have much time left in Sumeru. So I'd like to take care of my plants while I still can.
We could do that for you, Master.
No need. I've grown attached to these flowers, and this is my last chance to say goodbye. Come tomorrow. I'll be happy to entrust their care to you. I would imagine Sheriff Sham is here for a more important...
the Night Watch! You mentioned earlier that we still need to confirm our plans.
Fair.
That's right. I've stationed some of my men around the surrounding area, but we still don't have... Exactly. After some discussion, we concluded that Sylvain has the highest risk, and Emilie's expertise is sure to come in handy.
Sounds perfectly reasonable. I'll be glad to have your help tonight, Traveler.
Huh. Not a peep. Has Kyria given up on his revenge?
I don't think so.
Guess we'll have to keep at it. Still nothing unusual. Paimon took a peek into the room next door and Sylvain's already sleeping.
Perhaps Kyria's true motive was simply forcing Sylvain to confess his crimes.
Maybe.
No, that can't be right. If all he wanted was for Sylvain to be convicted for his true crime, there must be something we're missing.
Maybe we just need to calm down a little. How about some tea? That herbal blend from earlier was pretty tasty. You're right. Maybe we can look for a different distraction then, like, oh, there's a glaze lily here. Paimon didn't notice it earlier.
Flowers, glaze... Oh no! Sylvain's room! Quick!
Wait, what?
He's dead. That's how he got killed.
Did you hear?
It was the older of the merchant brothers.
Yeah, I think his name was Sylvain. Poor guy.
First it was Mr. Edgar, then that merchant named Lucian, and now...
Listen up, everyone. This is an active crime scene.
It's been 3 days and they haven't even caught a glimpse of the guy.
Do you think it could be the work of an... I mean, how do you get away with something like that with so many people?
Keep it moving, everyone. No loitering.
I am
I
confused.
suppose.
You don't know that. Kyria already attacked you once, and you survived. Perhaps he...
You were the only reason I managed to...
Even if I wasn't there, Tainari was also in the vicinity.
Is that so? I have exceptional students, caring friends, and but Kyria has nothing. It really makes you wonder if there's even no reason.
If you really want an answer, I suppose you'll have to ask Kyria himself.
Well, I hope it all goes well. Emilie, there's something else I'd like to ask of you. With everything that's happened, holding the exhibition, but So many flowers were transported here for the show. Some of them, whether Kyria gets to me first, or I'm sent back to... I know it's a lot to ask.
Of course, Master.
Really? Now
Oh, okay.
Sheriff Sham still has some questions for me, so...
Go ahead. Best not to keep him waiting. He can be quite impatient.
Okay. And he's gonna die now.
I'm sorry, Master.
He's gonna die now. Isn't he? He's gonna die now. So many people get murdered! Oh my god. Jesus. In the last story quest, we also got murdered.
Run into any trouble? Yeah, that's
What's
Traveler,
going on?
I had my men start spreading the information you requested. The crowd is gone now too, but I have to admit, I'm not really sure what's going on. After listening to Emilie's plan, I started getting the materials together and arranging personnel. I barely had to be honest. I'm still not sure how the crime was committed that night.
It's pretty simple.
The key clue was right in front of us the entire time. Let's go. I'll show you where the culprit hit a goose.
Well, did you know it only blooms at night?
Emilie, you're back.
Exactly as
A flower that only blooms at night. Ah, like the Neelitpala lotus.
Exactly. Although the Neelitpala lotus wouldn't be a good substitute in this scenario. When it's closed, the gaps between the petals are too large. That's why Kyria chose the glaze lily as his mechanism. He would start by preparing an agouti sample.
There's a sticky substance on the edge of the flower petals. It's one I recognize. If you stick the petals together with slime condensate, then in the daytime...
That's right! He applied a diluted form of slime condensate to the petals to stick them together and enclosed a sample of agouti in the center. That way, the agouti would remain trapped inside during the daytime, unable to seep between the petals and evaporate into the air. This also allowed the culprit to plant the poison well in advance, while however, the diluted slime condensate wouldn't be viscous enough to prevent the petals of the glaze lily from opening at night. So by nightfall,
And Kyria could execute his revenge without having to step foot inside the room during the night.
by the next morning, the sample of agouti would have nearly fully evaporated. The glaze lily would have already closed its petals, and any lingering odor would be concealed by the fragrance of the other flowers in the room.
Wait a second. You're telling me this version of agouti is so toxic? And how did Edgar even survive ingesting a whole bottle of the stuff?
That's because agouti is just as dangerous now as it was all those years ago. The level of toxicity has never changed. Only a small subset of people are truly at risk.
Ah, you mean people who are sensitive to elemental energy? That can't be right. They were involved in the operation all those years.
I wouldn't use the word allergic necessarily. It's more like they're susceptible to its effects. You can think of it this way. It's not that Sylvain and Lucian are innately sensitive to elemental energy, but that Kyria found a way to ensure that they would be.
Because of the hay fever.
The incense in the incense I smelled earlier seemed familiar. Thinking back on it, in Sumeru, scholars use spirit borneal to aid
Of course.
Alchemically produced essential oils, the primordial seawater that caused unrest in Fontaine not too long ago.
Hey.
Sumeru, it's not uncommon to use incense indoors, so its presence wouldn't arouse suspicion.
Flowers were pretty important to this plan, huh? The glaze lily is native to Liwa. It would be completely unnatural to have one here in Sumeru if it weren't for the exhibition.
Actually, it's not a coincidence at all.
No wonder he was willing to pay a small fortune to...
He probably used the mora Yelena left him, don't you think? But in the end, it was just a...
There's a saying among forensic doctors in Fontaine. Every step you take leaves a mark. But up until this point, we haven't been able to detect any trace of Kyria's activities. But because he's been disguised as someone else this entire time.
The Mora spent to rent out the hotel. The way the agouti flower was, it all points to one person. The boy. creating such an intricate mechanism out of a glaze lily. It all points to one. Kyria and Edgar are one and the
But
same.
how come? What?
Kyria was only in his teens back then. Edgar's lived here for so many years. Even if he changed his appearance, going that...
Bad news, Sheriff. Mr. Edgar was attacked.
What?
A dark shadow-like figure just ran out of his room. But before we could even react, the figure up and disappeared. Like, do you think Kyria kidnapped him?
I need you to think very carefully about this. Are you certain that figure wasn't Edgar himself?
I mean, Mr. Edgar was so frank.
It would seem Master decided to tap into an ill-advised source.
What? But that's so dangerous with—
But why?
No. If his aim was to target everyone who had a hand in Yelena's death...
If he left Sylvain alive yesterday, not out of a desire to see him suffer, but to confirm the truth about why—
Then there's still one target left.
If we go—
It's all right. I can detect a faint whiff of the scent from here. I would say he passed by this location not too long ago. It's this way. Please, follow me.
The air definitely feels heavy. It smells nice, but for some reason, it's—
This feeling.
Everything looks all right. It was probably just the stress of the chase.
I can't rest. Mr. Edgar is still in there. He's a good man.
Oz, you need to calm down and listen to me.
But how is that possible? Mr. Edgar is 70-something. Edgar has been in Port Ormos for years.
And what if the impersonation started before? I've yet to confirm it, but I suspect Kyria killed the real Edgar in Fontaine not long after. While Edgar was incarcerated, Kyria started making preparations to replace him, including forcefully aging his body, studying perfumery, and the new Edgar
Oh my
then
god,
decided
that
to
is
relocate
some
to Sumeru, seemingly out
crazy
of an innocuous
psycho
desire
shit.
to let go of the past. And Sumeru fit the bill to a T, with no one around to question his identity. All he had to do was
That is
grow a
some
beard,
crazy psycho
don a
shit,
pair of glasses,
I have to say.
make a few minor alterations
I
to his
am
appearance, and
flabbergasted.
everyone would believe he was exactly who he claimed, Edgar, a perfumer from Fontaine. As the years went by, he removed his disguise little by little and continued to refine his skills. It would have been a gradual process, one that ensured no one around him would notice anything unusual.
That explains why Sylvain said he barely recognized Edgar back at the hotel. He aged himself decades beyond his years just so he could accomplish his revenge. Is that even—
Honestly, that's kind of
I
crazy.
need to find Mr. Edgar. He's not that kind of person. He can't be.
What you really need is
He-
to get out
I mean,
of here and rest.
Apparently he is.
No, I can keep going.
Wait! This environment is likely being influenced by the delusion. Any discomfort, no matter how slight, should not be treated lightly.
From our brief exposure to Agut, this leads me to believe those blessed with a vision or capable of wielding elemental power are more resistant to the effects of abnormal elemental energy. Actually, now that I think about it, this stronghold likely has multiple points of entry. If the target were to escape, I hate to trouble you.
Thanks. Hear that? We're heading out.
Traveler, Emilie, for someone whose only purpose in life is revenge, there's no telling what they'll do with—
Don't worry. This isn't the— We're not going to let—
Whoa, look at all the Auguste flowers.
These are
There's so
beautiful.
many of them. Paimon can't believe a single person—
I fear that statement is truer than you know, Paimon. Using a delusion comes at a cost.
What? He only
I don't
needed
remember
a few
what a
miles of
delusion
Auguste
is.
to carry out his plan, right?
feel stupid. Maybe I'm delusional.
Perhaps hatred wasn't the only— Not long ago, he told me he didn't want all the flowers transported to— But Kyria betrayed Snezhnaya, abandoned Fontaine, and lived his entire— For someone with nowhere to call home. Perhaps dying among a bed of Auguste flowers just like his sister.
Oh wow, there's so many of them. Okay, that's even...
Did they catch up that fast? No. My strength is just waning.
Oh, that's a delusion, I guess. You have visions and delusions. Okay, got it. Okay. I'm up to speed now.
This...
What are you Oh.
This is a garden of Auguste flowers. But it's not mine. It's the one that was set on fire all those years ago in Fontaine. Yelena? Yelena! You tried to hide it from me, but I always understood. The reason why you continued to use the delusion. The reason why you set your garden on fire. I shouldn't have listened to you that day. I shouldn't have taken the Mora and ran. But by the time I realized something wasn't right, there was nothing left. The flowers were gone. And so were you. I know I'm almost 20 years too late. I should have come looking for you. I should have died with you that day.
No!
Yelena? Yelena! No! Don't leave me! Please, Yelena!
You're not gonna die this time.
I'm alive. No.
That was an illusion, likely brought about by the residual toxin in your body coupled with the pollen in the air, neither of which—
No. The amount of Auguste I drank, it should have been enough. A fake.
We started making the preparations last night with one goal: to create a perfect accord. The accord is the basis of perfume making,
the product in its most primitive form. Ambergris mixed with cedar wood, rounded out with a base note of agar wood.
This is the scent of leather?
Exactly. We're unable to extract essential oils from leather, but by combining other raw materials, we can recreate its essence. That is the purpose of an accord.
Does that mean you can recreate any scent in the whole world?
I'm afraid not. Certain fragrances in this world are simply one of a kind.
Interesting.
That quality is what draws people in and fuels their obsessions.
If I wear a goose to the ball, I'll also be one of a kind.
Our competitor already got their hands on it.
It doesn't matter how much it costs. I have to buy something better.
this fragrance will be one of a kind no more. Myths can be deconstructed. Miracles can be recreated. All it takes is skill, experience, limitless exploration, and a little patience. The only thing left is determining where the real Auguste is hidden. Pretending to be attacked means he's not free to move around. Auguste must be hidden within reach.
Paimon took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers.
The curator commissioned a flower pot from Kasharawar, capable of retaining heat and moisture.
Perfumes are as beautiful as flowers, and equally as delicate. When stored, you must take care to control the temperature and keep them away from direct sunlight. Did you get all that, Emilie?
I got it.
Did you hear? Someone was attacked again last night.
So, Sylvain is dead. Is that right?
Yes, Master.
So, you switched the bottles of Auguste, and then lied to me about Sylvain's death.
Convincing you that your revenge had been completed was the easiest way to get you to let down your guard.
Also, Sylvain's not dead?
Even if you found a way to switch out the bottles.
Oh my god, okay.
There's no way you could have made an
Okay,
accord.
okay, we're...
If August was so easy to replicate, Yelena wouldn't have.
It was a combination of rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias. Those ingredients would have conflicted with each other if you tried to combine them in the past. But recently, we found a way for them to work together.
Okay.
Rainbow roses.
Auguste was created over 10 years ago. All this time, people never stopped analyzing it, never stopped trying to recreate. Perfumery techniques are advancing day by day. We've found better ways to extract essential oils, separate oils and fats. We even discovered new ways to combine fragrances together. The mythos surrounding Auguste may have been untouchable almost 20 years ago, but now it's time for it to become a thing of the past.
The past?
You've been working as a perfumer for all these years. You should have always known that it is possible to make an accord, even if only in theory. But the meaning you assigned to Auguste became so inflated, you allowed yourself to get lost in it. Just like the perfume mania that captivated the public all those years ago. You believed in its divinity and grandeur. You believed it was entirely one of a kind. Your obsession with Auguste is also what allowed us to predict how you intended your plan to end and to make preparations in advance.
We just didn't expect it to happen so fast.
True. True. Okay.
Well, you hit the nail on the head now, didn't you? So,
apparently we did.
Since you've been preparing your accord since last night, that means the news of Sylvain's death. The crowd gathered outside the hotel.
Yes. If we hadn't, you might have resorted to the delusion out of desperation or continued to use your Spirit Borneal and Auguste combination to wreak havoc.
Who knows? Maybe I would have just offed myself then and there.
I know
True,
if you had things
and we
your
don't
way,
want that.
You would carry the truth of Edgar's demise and the secrets of this garden to the grave, but I'm sorry, Master. I don't want to see any more death.
Thank you.
Sylvain only inhaled a small amount of poison. He's being detained as we speak. All the crimes he concealed back then will be exposed in a court of law for everyone to see, and all his secrets will be revealed.
The same goes for you
as well.
You
Is
will
that
not
so?
get out of this.
Well, I suppose I'll be spending the rest of my days in a prison cell then.
Justice has
Whoa,
been
you
restored.
accepted that kind of fast.
I don't feel the need to justify my actions, nor do I intend to repent for them. I did what I set out to do. I may have lost in the end, but it was my choice every step of the way. And if I could do it all over again... But there's no going back, is there?
Careful, everyone. This environment is dangerous.
Stick close and hurry.
Looks like I'm
Of course, Master.
the combination you used to make your accord. How did you figure it out?
I want to know.
The scent of Auguste is complex and varied, yet the main ingredient consists of a single variety of flower. So, as I was analyzing the sample yesterday, I got to thinking, what if the scent of the Auguste flower was already imbued with that complexity during its cultivation?
You're saying Yelena designed
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, Cecilias. The perfumers of the past knew that if you combined their essential oils directly, they would just cancel each other out. It was a conundrum they could never solve. But if you cultivate a new flower species that intrinsically carries the unique features of those three scents, you can bypass that issue entirely. It goes without
Okay.
saying that for that time, this idea was a stroke of genius.
Rainbow
Interesting.
roses, glaze lilies,
Interesting.
Yelena.
Rainbow roses, if I remember, those are from Fontaine. Then glaze lilies are from Liyue. And
Did you know? Miss Emilie's releasing a new perfume. Right. I heard about that. I think it's called Yelena.
oh, that's such nice tribute. I love that. Okay.
Seems like everyone in Fontaine is talking about the new perfume you're releasing.
I was hoping to release it without such a fuss, but the news spread way faster than I expected. I just hope it won't become the source of some new myth, especially after all the work we did to demystify a Goost. I did, although I made a few modifications to the formula to make the scent more pleasant and long-lasting. I actually brought a few samples with me today. I hope they're to your liking. Also, I was hoping you could try out the fragrance before I officially release it and tell me your thoughts.
Of course! A good sense of taste and sense of smell go hand in hand, you know? Oh, it smells great!
It's alright. Besides, when it comes to perfume, commenting on whether it smells good is the most straightforward.
Right! Do those flowers have some special meaning? Hearing their name...
if I had to guess, I'd say it probably has something to do with the language of flowers.
The language of flowers? Oh,
What each flower is said to represent varies by person and across different moments in history. The same is true for the flowers that make up the scent of a Goost. After returning to Fontaine, I did some research, and it turns out the meanings of those 3 flowers can be reassembled to form a single phrase. Forget the past and keep on living. Perhaps that's the legacy Yelena always intended.
Oh, wow.
Not the nobility and grandeur most people associate with a Goost.
Do you think Kiria knew about that?
I paid him a visit before his trial and explained what I found, but who knows? Maybe she didn't mean anything by it at all. Yelena is gone. We'll never know what she was thinking. Even if that is what she was trying to say, I would never be able to forget her. Avenging her death? That was the meaning I chose for my life. Kiria cultivated his revenge like a flower. He was committed to making it bloom, even if in the end, it didn't bear the fruit he was hoping for. In any case, he did want me to pass along thank you for saving my life, for giving me the chance to learn that a Goost could have carried a very different meaning. Love and hatred are a privilege of the living. When someone dies, their thoughts, feelings, and intentions die with them. In that sense, what a Goost truly represents in the language of flowers will forever remain a mystery. But even if it's only a conjecture, I would like to believe my own interpretation. The meaning we give to flowers, the symbolism we assign to our perfumes, and yet at the very outset, they're born from the simplest and most beautiful desires we hold in our heart.
Wow. Quest completed. Oh my god, okay. Well, we're still in Fontaine after all. Like, we haven't left. This was a very interesting story. It was way shorter than Escoffier's, because I remember for Escoffier, I was filming for 2.5 hours. This lasted only an hour and a half, so this was much shorter, but just as intense, honestly, in my personal opinion. Thank you so much for joining me on yet another Genshin adventure. I hope you enjoyed this story quest and you continue enjoying this story quest series with me, as I am also. Like I said many times, this game is my favorite game in the whole world, and I am so happy to discover yet another layer of it. I have been playing this game since 2021, and I never took the time to actually go through the story quests because there's so many quests in this game. If we're honest, I'm legit, okay? There's a lot of quests in this game. I just didn't get around to doing them. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening. If you want to see more quests like this, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.